Hello, culés, and welcome to FC Barcelona Central. I'm your host, Pedro, also known as Orrutio. And what a roller coaster this past week has been. We've been riding high on a La Liga title, ready for celebration, but football always have other plans. The script was supposed to be a party after clinching a third 28th La Liga title with a fantastic win against Espanyol Sunday's match against Villarreal in our last home game against our fans. We're supposed to be a trophy celebration and presentation in front of our fans to take in all the glory, but Villarreal came to spoil the fiesta. A shocking 3-2 victory for Villarreal handed us our first league defeat since way back in December. Wow, almost 5 months since we lost at home. It definitely took the win out of ourselves a little bit after such a high, but let's keep things in perspective, culés. The title is already ours. We reached 85 points, a comfortable 4 points ahead of Real Madrid, just one win away, one win left in La Liga. Atletico sits third, followed by Athletic Bilbao, and Villarreal rounding up the top five, who will be representing Spain in next season's Champions League. Now let's switch gears because I want to talk about a team that knows how to celebrate in victory and in really good style. Our incredibly Barca feminine team, what an absolute phenomenal season they're having. They're smashed the records left and right, hitting over 200 goals across all competitions. This is just incredible and unheard of. These ladies, they keep setting records and breaking them and setting them again. This past Sunday was a beautiful spring day in the last home game to finish off their La Liga season with a dominant victory 6-0 against Athletic Club. It was a great moment to celebrate the league title in front of the home fans, but the season is not over yet for these ladies and not by a long shot. All eyes are turning into Lisbon for this Saturday for the UEFA Women's Champions League final against Arsenal. Also, let's not forget that there's also a Copa de la Reina final against Atletico Madrid in June, but we have a potential to have the treble, the national treble and the football competition treble. If Barca Femini wins this Saturday against Arsenal, they will have their first three-peat for UEFA Champions League. And, speaking of leadership and success, it looks like this Wednesday is the day that the club has expected to officially announce the contract extension of Hansi Flick, our manager. In his very first season here at Barca, he has set and delivered the La Liga title, La Copa del Rey, and the Spanish Super Cup. What a fantastic national titles to win in your first year. The announcement is set to drop in social media channels with no press conference being scheduled for that day. After securing this impressive, national titles, Flick himself said, "This trip has just started. We want more titles next year." And it looks like he's going to have a chance to do just that with a contract extension until summer of 2027. Throughout his impressive career, Flick has often favored this short-term deal, showing his focus to immediate impact and continuous success. This extension to me signals a really strong belief that the club has for the vision that the Flick has and his ability to lead us to greater heights in European football. But I want to talk about the crucial work being done behind the scenes by our sporting director, Deco. The month of May is a critical period for finalizing contract renewals that will significantly shape the future transfer market for this summer. One of Deco's top priorities is the goalkeeping situation. A 2-year extension has been offered to Szczęsny 3 weeks ago, but the Polish international has asked some time to think about it and to speak about it with his family, while other Polish outlets have suggested that he already accepted a backup role. And listen, if he doesn't renew this month, securing a top goalkeeper is going to be priority for Deco. Names like Joan Garcia from Espanyol and Lucas Chevalier from Lille are definitely on our radar, and Deco will need to move fast if he wants to secure one of these top talent before they can go in the open market. Another key renewal that is in the works is in our midfield, and it is that of Frankie de Jong. Apparently, he has been offers have been made, and Frankie de Jong has expressed his desire to stay. However, the deal has not been made yet. And if an agreement is not done in May, the situation can become really difficult, opening the door for various possibilities in the transfer window. Frankie de Jong, it's a top talent, a very good player that a lot of teams want him, and one of them is Bayer from what I've heard. In my opinion, I think they should keep Frankie, and his quality is amazing. And Fleek has seems to trust him and like him. The negotiations that are far more advanced are those of Eric Garcia. The player is keen to continue with the club, and also the club is looking to extend him for another 2 years. There is mutual understanding here, so the urgency is not really high. Interestingly, Barcelona also wants to extend Andrea Christensen for at least 1 more year, highlighting his importance to Fleek and his defensive qualities. I know he's been hurt for most of the winter, but if Fleek wants him, I'll say give him to Fleek. And finally, a promising young talent set to resign in the next few days is that of Marc Bernal, a highly rated La Masia midfielder player, wanting to wait until his 18th birthday on May 26th to make his commitment official, signing a contract until 2029. This is fantastic news for the club, for La Masia, and for the player. Obviously, before signing anyone, we need to talk about our departures. And as we look at next season, the club also have to make some decisions regarding potential departures. Particularly, we need to address our, economic situation. And it appears that Ansu Fati will not continue with the club despite being a beloved La Masia graduate. The club opened the door for him back in January, but no suitable offers were made. Jorge Mendes, his agent, is reportedly working with both the club and Ansu Fati to find a resolution that benefits all parties. Another likely player heading out is currently backup Iñaki Peña. His priority is to find a team where he can compete for a starting position, and he will be likely seeking to move this summer. I do wish Ansu Fati and Iñaki Peña the best on their future endeavors. And let's see what comes up in the signings and who wants it, how much money we can get from them. We can talk about that in another video. So cool, a week of news, but plenty to discuss. I want to know, what are your thoughts on the Villarreal defeat? How excited are you about the Barca Femení Women's Champions League? And later this week, I'm going to make a video with the preview and a little more details about that match this Saturday. I want to know, what are your hopes for contract renewals? Are you excited for Fleek? I'm sure you are. So am I. All Barcelona fans are. And I want to know your opinions about all, any potential departures. What players do you guys want to leave this summer? Please let me know in the comments below. Thank you for tuning in into Barca Central, into this young channel. Please don't forget to like this video, subscribe for more Barca news and analysis, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any other episode. Visca Barca, and until next time.